grade, 11th grade students or will be sharing with us their experience. They study in Chinese and recently they translate that into English. So they will first talk about their teacher and then continue a little bit.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are students from Ching Secondary School. Today, we are going to present our knowledge-building learning in our liberal study class. I'm Ada Lee.
I'm Shirley Lai.
I'm Victor Lee. I'm Lucy Lam.
I'm Captain Le. In the new senior secondary liberal studies curriculum, we need to take the module of modern China. Our teacher tried to help us deal with the foreign inquiry questions.
Our teacher gave us real case examples on the Foxconn suicides in order to arouse our interest in and attention to this topic.
He gave us worksheets and continued data introducing the Foxconn group, particulars of the workers who had committed suicide, and how the group dealt with the suicide cases. We then drew important information from the worksheet, gave our own view, stating what we did not understand, and finally asking our own questions. The teacher gave us other information like a documentary called Pension Workers, the New Generation, for group discussion.
Then we came up with a number of inquiry questions. Why were there so many suicide attempts? Why did the workers who were born in 1980s commit suicide?
This shows an Islamic agency because these were questions resulted from our own discussion. And then we finally agree upon of our inquiry questions. Why did the workers in Foxconn group commit suicide? One main feature of our KB learning is that our knowledge building discourse took place at home instead of in the classroom. Look at this tree. Isn't it nice?
Our initial knowledge-building discourse focused mainly on personal aspects. For example, the huge amount of tension, work pressures, and persons missing their families. After our week discourse, the teacher reviewed our notes. Some of our students were rather passive. The interaction of our classmates was only 43.59%.
In order to improve the participation, our teacher provides us with additional learning materials from time to time. For example, cartoons, editorials, commentary, etc. Then we have second line KB discourse. Students begin to discuss the problem from wider perspectives. For example, we began to talk about the factory management, the sweatshop system, lack of support for the person workers, urban-rural disparity. With the help of additional learning materials and discourse, we came up with more diverse ideas from our notes.
With respect to knowledge building, we began to improve our initial ideas. Some of our classmates compared different generations of pension workers, while some of them stressed the importance of the pension in sustaining the financial situation of the families.
We then have our second review, showing a nearly 100% of note length and interaction of 99.01%. This shows that more students had participated in knowledge building.
In addition, students were able to make use of authoritative sources, but they still need deeper discourse. Besides, they were able to analyze the problem from different perspectives, though they still need in-depth analysis.
Students also assess their own notes in order to know the strengths and weaknesses. In short, our KB discourse was through from personal to social and then the state perspectives, showing idea diversity. Students were able to apply other concepts in their discourse. For example, the household registration system, left behind children, and one-child policy.
We benefit a lot from knowledge forum. For instance, we were able to make use of discovers authoritative sources and role writes above notes. The teacher asks us to make individual and group summaries, and then we have to do our own reflections.
We had experience in machine knowledge advancement in completing group and individual summaries, since we were able to read others' findings at any moment and refine our own ideas at any time. We concluded that personal factors, the management, social factors, the quest for human rights, and the lack of social concern were the main factors leading to consecutive suicides.
In our individual summary, the teacher asked us to identify the most important factor and explain its importance. As our result, we had an opportunity to compare the relative importance of these factors.
At the very beginning, students' participation in KB discourse was not so keen. Some of them saw it as a homework, but in fact, the whole KB discourse was conducted mainly by the students. The teacher's role was only a facilitator. We can express our views freely with no standard answer, right or wrong. We can also improve our ideas from time to time, and gradually, some passive students also took part in the discourse, thus increasing the overall participation rate.
Discourse, review, and then group and individual summaries and reflection. Is that all?
Of course not. In our discourse, many students concluded that urban-rural disparity is the most important factor leading to the tragedies. So we decided to have a new view to further explore the problem. The new inquiry problem focused on how to reduce urban-rural disparity.
In our discourse, students suggested various means to reduce urban-rural disparity from different perspectives. For instance, increase of government support, raising the level of education, the development of the West region, and improvement of the household registration system. This shows idea diversity in our discourse.
Finally, let us conclude our learning process in a few sentences. We began with an authentic situation. Students then formulate their own inquiry question and carried out their discourse in KF. At the same time, we have our KB classes through interactive classroom activities such as reading relevant sources, group discussions, presentations, and worksheets. We came up with improvement of ideas that enable us to refine our inquiry. Consequently, we developed new ideas or theories in the understanding of the topic. Through peer reviews, peer assessment, and self-assessment, we can also consolidate and deepen our understanding. We made summaries to conclude our findings, and from these findings, we raise new questions and gradually formulate new inquiry, thus forming an inquiry cycle that sustains our learning. Thank you very much.